Welcome to Jason in the Kitchen. Today we'll be making beef Milanesa with guacamole. This is another recipe that my wife Ivette taught me how to make. Let's get started with the guacamole. Alright, in case you haven't seen how to take the flesh out of an avocado, you just gently and carefully go around the avocado like that and take out the seed. Then you take your flesh and scoop it out. This has got some brown in it. It's hard to tell from the outside what the inside of an avocado is going to look like, so I'm going to get rid of that brown. And then scoop the flesh into a bowl here. I've already got another large avocado in here and like a small one. Half of a small one maybe. This is all to taste, so you'll start to see that you just eyeball your proportions. Take out the brown here. All right, just scoop your flesh in. There you go. I've got half of a small onion, white onion. I've got one small Roma tomato, one large serrano, and I've got, well, probably about 2 tablespoons of cilantro. All right, this is important. First, you want to smash your avocado. Okay, use a potato masher, a fork, but a potato masher works the best. And you can smash it however you like, if you like it smooth, if you like it chunky. So I'm going to leave it a little chunky like that. Okay. And then now you put in the rest of your ingredients. Because you don't want to smash your tomato and your onion in the bowl, because what happens is the liquid's going to come out of there and then you're going to have a really mushy and wet guacamole, which is not something that you want. I'm going to lightly stir this together. And again, you can vary this how you like. If you don't like cilantro, you can leave it out. If you don't like serrano or jalapeno, you can leave that out. You can add more of something, less of something. All right, so we got that stirred in. Okay, now I'm going to add some salt. Add a big pinch of salt. Now I'm going to add some lime juice. Lime juice is something you also can vary if you like a little more lime, a little less lime. This is all to taste. I'm going to put one whole lime in here, and we'll start with that. All right, I'm going to mix it up. All right, that's all mixed in there. Now we're gonna taste it to see where we're at. Tastes good. I think the lime is good, just needs a little more salt. And your guacamole will vary in greenness depending on how your flesh looks. All right, I'm going to taste it again. That's got it. So we've got our guacamole made. We're going to set that off to the side. Also, if you wrap this with plastic wrap and smash the plastic wrap on the surface of the guacamole, that'll help keep it from turning brown. I also wanted to show you how I keep my cilantro and parsley. You can do your herbs like this too if you plan on keeping them for a while. You just wrap them in a damp paper towel, put them in a Ziploc bag, and they'll stay a lot fresher in your refrigerator longer. For our Milanesa, I've got 2 1/3 pounds of Milanesa. That's what it's called at the Mexican grocer, but it's also called sirloin tip steak. You can use any kind of beef that you would use for like chicken fried steak or something like that that's a little tougher. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tenderize it. So I put some plastic on a cutting board. You don't have to do that. You're going to wash it anyway. And I've got this tenderizer here that works really well for chicken fried steak and this Milanesa. So what we're going to do is put this on the cutting board. Oh, another thing, a good thing about buying at the Mexican grocer or the meat market is that it already comes sliced thin enough so you don't have to pound it again. All right, so here we go. So this has lots of little blades on it going every direction. And this is going to help tenderize and break down that meat. So we're going to go across one way and then down the other way. Okay, we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. All right, so there we go. We got that piece tenderized. You don't want to do this too much to the meat because it'll kind of tear it up if you do it too much, but you just want to do that enough. You can also get this at the grocery store, and it's called cubing. So if you see cube steak or something like that, that's already been tenderized in this similar method. So I'm going to finish the rest of these Milanesa, and then we'll be back to show you how to get the breading station set up. Okay, so I've got my breading station set up. I've got my Milanesa ready. I've got seasoned flour. I've got eggs. I've got seasoned panko breadcrumbs. You can use regular if you'd like. And then I've got my tray with a rack for the finished Milanesa that's breaded to rest for a bit before we pan fry it. All right, let's start with our breading. So salt and pepper on both sides lightly. It's a thin piece of meat, so you don't need too much. Wet hand, pick up the meat, put it in the flour, dredge it on both sides. All right, shake off the excess, put it into the egg, wet hand again. You can use tongs too. Whatever you like best. All right, so into the egg wash. Okay, let the excess drip. And then into the breadcrumbs. Kind of push them in. Flip. Make sure you get it all. Open it up. Put some more. All right, shake off the excess. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to finish with the rest of these, and then I'll be back and we can pan fry them. All right, it's time to fry our Milanesa. Check our temperature of our oil. We want it between 350 and 375. And we're going to take our tongs and just lay them in. Go back so you don't burn yourself. You could cut these any size you like, but all we're going to do is fry these on both sides until they're golden brown. Then I'm going to transfer them to the other pan with the rack on it so they can dry off and they can stay crispy. You can also leave your oven on low and put the rack in your oven and slide them in when you're done that way so they can stay hot. However you want to do it. These won't take long to cook because they're so thin as far as the beef goes. But you want to really brown those breadcrumbs and make them golden brown. All right, we got it nice and golden brown. So we're going to take it out. Put it over here to drain. And we're just going to continue with the rest of them. All right, something I wanted to remind you of while I'm doing this that I thought of is that you want to make sure you continue to check the temperature of your oil and adjust it as necessary. So as you're frying these, you want to check your temperature and let it reheat before you put in your next one, or else your oil will get too cold and then your food will absorb too much oil and it'll be greasy instead of crispy. So yeah, see there, I've fallen to 340. So I need to let it heat back up to 350, 375 before I put in my next one, and then continue to go after that. Don't go too high on the other end too, because if they're too hot, they will burn. So just be careful and continue to check your oil temperature as you go. And here's our finished plate. We've got our beef Milanesa with guacamole, and I have made some Mexican rice. You can go back and look at our video where we made the enchiladas verdes and the flautas, and that's where the rice recipe is. You can also serve this with a little side salad with lettuce, radish, and tomato with a squeeze of lime or some kind of dressing on it. That's generally how it's served in Mexico, or that's how my wife's family serves it. So here we go. We're ready to eat. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like these videos. And God bless you.